Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Swati the Crypto Hunter. Welcome to the 10th episode of Show Me Your Art. And today we have another great artist, very talented. I was checking out her work, and her name is Shima. So without any further ado, let's bring her up. Hello, Shima. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. By the way, am I saying the name right?
Yes, it's Shima.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Shima, tell me a little bit about yourself. What
Okay.
do you do? How did you started in the art NFT industry?
Okay, sure. So I'm Shima. I'm an Iranian artist. Basically, my journey started when I was a kid. I was always into drawing and painting. So basically, I was just drawing all the time. And I was always into art. So when I grew up, I was always participating in some kind of contest, art contest. So later on, for my major in the university, I decided to study animation and visual effects. And I went to Malaysia. I did my bachelor degree over there, and then I did my master's in filmmaking and television. So basically, but for painting, I was always into painting and drawing since I was a kid. So I was always doing that, like as a self-taught artist, and that was just something that I did it mostly as a hobby. But it got serious like 7, 8 years ago. I started to do it more professionally. I started with digital painting again, and I've been going back and forth with traditional painting and digital. So basically, I like to, use different mediums, and yeah, this is how I explore my emotions, basically, and everything. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I I'm impressed. I see the artwork and it looks very very realistic.
yeah. So my style is not super, like, it's not hyper realistic. I
Yeah,
still wanna like give my paintings a little bit like it still looks like a painting. It doesn't look like a photo. So it's kind of like semi-realistic, and it just depends on what kind of medium I use. But basically, yeah, that's my style.
yeah. We have a friend in the chat, Robin Rivera. What's
Oh
going on,
yeah.
bro?
Hello, Robin. Yeah, Robin actually is a good friend of mine. I got to meet him in NFT spaces. So yeah.
Yeah, great guy. I actually interviewed him a couple of weeks ago, and I love the photography that he does too.
Yep.
And kind of jealous, he gets to travel all around the world and take all these pictures. But yeah,
Yeah.
all right. So I noticed right here that you have sketch style drawing too,
Mm-hmm.
and digital.
Yep.
All right, but do you do this first? Because I could have sworn I saw one of your sketches that you started drawing. This one.
Yep.
So basically,
So
you start drawing it regular, and then from there you turn into digital.
these ones are not digital. It's just like the scan version of them. It's just like pencil on paper. So yeah, but like you know, I because before the NFTs, I was, using different mediums, and also I already had so many works to just mint. So, but my newest collection, the latest collection, the Pinup Girls, they're like the ones that I did lately, and they're like kind of different. The style is kind of like cartoonish and more cute and vibrant. So I created that collection for specifically for NFTs, but the other three collections that I have, all of them I already, have done those before I started my NFT journey. So basically, um, yeah, those were something that I did like created as a kind of like a collection and a series. So Yeah, if you just check out like my different collections, there's another one. Those are color pencil drawings. Yeah, like this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Is there any story behind your artwork?
sure. So, as I said, I started filmmaking, right? So basically, I wanted to tell a story. That's why I make like collections and series because I feel like one frame doesn't do the justice of the concept that I want to like, show. So
Yeah.
basically, I go for like a collection because it has that consistency of storytelling and a concept that I have in my mind. So, like for example, the X and Y collection, the color pencil drawings that I did, those are actually quite big, like 50 to 70 centimeters. Like I did them on paper, and it was a concept that I had for a short film, but unfortunately I couldn't go for it yet. So I decided to just make them as paintings, and basically those are the ones that that collection has the most powerful concept, I think, among other collections that I have. And recently, like from last year, I've been doing oil paintings. I started to do oil paintings, and those are also another collection that I'm working on. It's more like work with symbolism and surrealism. It's kind of like a pop surreal kind of style.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, but for the ones that are already minted on foundation, like my first collection is called Spectrum. Originally, I did that collection. It has, I think, like 20 pieces on it. So I decided to just drop six of them. And, it's the whole concept about that is yeah, the human differences and all. But at the end of the day, we're coming all from the same consciousness. We can have different characters or sexual orientation or, like other stuff like skin color and all that. But at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter because we're all part of a spectrum. So that's basically the concept for that one. And the second one that I dropped is called the X and Y collection. That one is about the toxic femininity and toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
And yeah. And the third one is called the sketches that you saw, the black and white drawings. It's called the Omega Collection, which basically is just a trait of a character of Omega females. So, and fourth one is just like, obviously, it's just pinup girls. It doesn't have a specific concept. It's just cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the other collection, do you have them like on open sea, or you have them on foundation, or they're just right?
No, I have only foundation. I'm not active in any other platform. It's just foundation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Eddie Turner said NFT are fire,
Thank you.
and Jay thinks the same thing. By the way, hello Eddie, Tim, Jay. Thank you for being here. Um, okay.
Maybe you can check out my Instagram because I have
Yeah,
more.
that's what I was gonna
Yeah,
say. Where
or
do you
my
have
website.
most? Okay. Oh, you have a website right here.
Yep. Yep. So basically, these are oil paintings. It's part of a collection that I'm doing. Um, they're more like the concept is more like a intuitive kind of feeling. It's just like something that I wanted to explore through symbolism with animals and creatures. And yeah, I mean, that's the whole concept. And I use black as the background because I wanted the main focus to be on the subject. And yeah, I mean, basically, this is something that I'm continuing doing. Like, I want to continue that collection. But, it's oil, so it takes a lot of time. Those four pieces took me almost like 1 year, 1 year and a half to complete.
What? To draw?
Yeah, yeah. Because each painting basically took around 3 to 4 months. because it takes
Okay.
a while, like you have to wait for it to dry and, like put more layers and details on it. So it takes a while. Yeah. But I haven't mint those. Those are my precious uh, pieces. I'm still waiting for them to, I don't know, maybe go to galleries and, showcase them in galleries since they're like physical paintings. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh, I'm trying to log in, but I always forget my password. All right. So I keep on forgetting to doing that.
Most of my works are actually on my website. You can just check them out if you
How?
want. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's Instagram is fine too.
Okay. So most of them are here,
Yeah,
but that's what I'm
it's
saying. Like when I click on it, it goes.
yeah.
It just shows the Facebook and Instagram.
Uh, I don't know why it should be something in the right. It just like,
Should be more.
yeah, but like I don't know. I cannot see it either. I don't know.
Yeah. I
It's
don't.
okay. You can just go back to the Instagram. It's fine.
Okay. Um. Well, on Twitter, do you have anything or some of the
Um,
pieces at least?
Most of them are on my Instagram, to be honest with you. And Twitter is mostly the pieces that I dropped. So you can just check it out on my Instagram, basically. If you scroll down, you can see the rest of my works here.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! There we go. Do you want to explain a little bit about? Ah, that's what I mean. Like I'm trying to. Do you want to explain a little bit about this one?
Yeah, sure. So this is called entanglement. It's kind of like a surreal, concept, which is like I don't know honestly how to explain those, but it's kind of like a creature that it's kind of like alien creature. It's kind of like sci-fi and a little bit more emotional. Like so, basically, the piece is called entanglement, and yeah, that's the whole concept behind it. Uh, I'm terrible at explaining my art, to be honest with you. I just want people to um, appreciate like the art for itself, and the concept is just up to them, like whatever you
Yeah,
want to like
yeah.
resonate to or relate to, something like that.
I mean, it depends. There's plenty interpretation on art depending of who sees it and how they see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You have another Instagram or
No, this is the only one that I use for my artworks.
okay? No, because I saw this. I thought it was related to you. Let me see. Well, you already said you've been working on art since you was young,
Yep, yep.
and you say you decided to start taking it more serious.
My paintings, yes, but I'm a multidisciplinary artist basically. So I studied multimedia, which means that I already have a general knowledge of every kind of like medium. It's
Yeah,
like I know photography, I know editing, I know filmmaking, I know script writing, I know motion graphics, I know animation, 3D animation, 2D animation. So basically, I studied all of that. So, like I do a lot of editing, and also I did like make two short films
yeah.
when I was graduating, but unfortunately I was doing my PhD back in Malaysia,
Mountain.
and yeah, so basically COVID happened, and I changed my location. I got engaged. I came to US, so I couldn't continue my
Nice.
PhD. Yeah, but a lot of things happened. Also so into filmmaking. Hopefully, I'm gonna continue doing that. But since I'm new to US, filmmaking is a teamwork, so you have to be able to know people, make connections,
Yeah.
and yeah, I don't know how to do that right now, but hopefully I will in the future, and I'm gonna continue doing that as well. That's actually something
Oh,
that I'm really enthusiastic about.
I don't want to make any promises, but I think I might be able to help you with that. I know somebody that is actually doing films right now as a
Oh, that's cool.
producer. Yeah. So, like I said, no promises because I could talk to him about it, but I'm not sure what are his thoughts on it.
I see.
But if you really want to get connected on that part, then
Hmm. Yeah, sure. Why not?
okay. And basically, what is like, what are you trying to do overall with your messages of your artwork?
Um, to be honest with you, the first thing that I always like as an artist, when I look at other people's work, the first thing that I'm so into is the beauty of it. So I want people to just, like a lot of people don't know anything about art, right? It's like you have a general audience and you have artists to be your audience. So I want to have like mostly like all the people to like kind of like my art, because at first the most important thing for me is to creating the beauty. Like that's why I love colors. Basically, I use very vibrant colors. It's so catchy, and it just mesmerizes your eyes, and you cannot like take your eyes off of it. This is the main thing when I'm painting, like even like oil. Most of the people who they do oil paintings, the colors are more desaturated, it's a little bit darker, it's more like brownish. But for me, I love colors so much, so I try to use that, even though the concept can be dark,
Yeah.
but the colors and everything, it's the opposite. So that's basically my style. And yeah, I mean, creating beauty is the most important part for me, and then the concept and the story. I definitely want my art to have a story as well, but it's like mostly because I draw portraits, I don't go that far with the storytelling. It's just that mostly a feeling that you get when you look at my art, something that you cannot basically describe it very well. It doesn't have a very specific story, but as long as you can just resonate with the visuals and the feeling that it gives you, I'm fine.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I was gonna say, but you say you're not that good at explaining much. But this piece is a little bit intriguing.
Yeah, so purple, it's, like each color has its own symbolism and its own meaning. So, like, purple can be something that shows frustration or sadness. So, basically, each color, the concepts that I draw for each color is kind of related to the symbol of that color.
Mm,
And yeah, I mean, these are just six pieces of the whole collection that I did before. That collection took around 6 months to finish, because each of these paintings, even though they're digital and you can do them fast,
yeah.
I take long hours on each painting. If you can see, like, they're fully detailed.
Oh
I
no, that
draw
I noticed.
Yeah, I draw all of them with my brush strokes and everything. I don't manipulate any pictures. It's just basically I draw it from scratch. So I
Wow.
do the drawing, I do the painting, all of it. So it takes a lot of time for each of them to get finished, especially if they're more hyper realistic. Yeah, it can take like 3 days, 4 days, sometimes 1 week to finish a painting, even though it's a digital. So for me, it doesn't really matter what kind of medium I'm using, as long as it's just something that I like myself. I don't want to um, I like to make something that I'm proud to look at. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if I don't like it myself, I'm not gonna even upload it on my Instagram, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, basically.
Okay. Well, I did notice one thing that majority of your art pieces you sign in. I noticed even that tiny one right there.
Yes,
So,
that's my signature.
I mean, I always wonder, but then I get it now. It's more like a protection for your work. So,
Um, yeah, it's. I mean, because as I said, I was doing this before the NFTs, and a signature is something that a lot of artists, they do it. Like if you even look at the old paintings that you see in galleries and museums, like all of them most probably have signatures of the artist. So
yeah,
it's not just because you're afraid of the copyright issue or something like that. It's just like your signature, and it means something. When somebody has your piece in their house, it's already signed by you. So it's kind of like something general, I think, that most artists they do with their work.
okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to get this one, but a little bigger if possible. Hold on. Oh, I think I saw it right here. I was going to say, here we go, foundation, and don't laugh at me, okay? Hold on.
Okay.
I thought I was so. Uh, there you go.
Hmm.
Why is she smoking a man?
So yeah, the concept of this collection, as I told you, it's called the X and Y because of the X and Y chromosomes in female and male body. That's the whole title.
Yeah,
And it's about toxic femininity and masculinity, which, in today's age, everybody's talking about toxic masculinity in the media and the news, So I'm a woman, I'm a female artist. And I was thinking about this a lot. And I was thinking, yeah, there is toxic masculinity, no doubt about that. But there is also toxic femininity, which nobody's talking about it. And I was kind of like pissed about the fact that nobody's trying to talk about that. And it's like, this is human nature, okay?
yeah,
It's not gender specific. People can be horrible to one another. So it's not specifically to men or women. Yeah, there are a lot of things happening in the world. Like coming from Middle East, like even right now, this crazy stuff that is happening even in my country, it's all coming from that concept. But I mean, in the West society, I see that going the opposite direction, and it's kind of like going towards the very extreme direction, to be honest with you. So toxic femininity is a part that I also focus in this collection. So she's basically smoking the guy like nothing is happening. It's like destroying the guy. So this is that something like uh, women can also be manipulative and control freaks, and they can
yeah.
actually destroy another person. So it's not gender specific. That's why I wanted to show that in my artwork.
I mean, I kind of figure as much.
Hmm.
That's why I said don't laugh at me. But yeah, Chaka Crypto, another friend of mine, great YouTuber, by the way, says that's beautiful art.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So you know what? I actually like that you're seeing both sides of the story because a lot of times, unfortunately, yes, majority of the time they say we're evil, we're evil, we're evil, but there's two sides to the story.
Yep.
Like you say yourself, there's some women that really get out of hand and out of control, and if a guy has a reaction to it, then they're the mean one, they're the bad one, and so on.
Yep.
So,
So, for example, this piece is toxic masculinity because this is like it's like a goddess basically, which is the feminine energy, and those flowers represent that goddess feeling of a woman. And basically she's like a experiment in a jar, So this is how societies see women. Like they take away that feminine energy and they trying to masculine the feminine energy I see these days. And it's just like if you want to be a successful woman, you have to be masculine, and it's not the right approach to figuring out the problems with equality and all that. I feel like that's actually kind of like degrading the feminine energy, and this is a, you know, we're living in yin yang world. Everything should be in balance. We need the dark, we need the white. So it's not like you can just change something into something else and you think you're now successful by destroying the whole image. So basically this is something that this piece is something related to that matter.
Okay. And to answer the question, Alejandro, yes, Chaka, the Alejandro.
Yes, these are called pencil and paper.
Um, you know, when I started to do this art show, it was
Hmm.
basically, wait, we have another one. Our work is amazing.
Thank you.
So when I started doing the show, it's because I noticed a lot of things. Like one, there weren't plenty of people talking about one-on-one artists, such as
Hmm.
yourself. I also noticed that a lot of women in the space were complaining because the boys weren't being heard.
Hmm.
So that's when I said, you know what? I want to be the difference. I want to make a difference, and I want to make a change. And that's the whole idea about this show. I don't care who you are, where you come from, what's your background. If you own a church or you rob three banks, doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. I think when it comes to art, it's not about NFTs because NFTs, as far as I know, being in the NFT spaces for like 7 months already, I figure out okay, NFTs is not specifically for artists. It's just like you know, a lot of crypto guys, a lot of collectors who don't know anything about art, basically having fun with their ETH, you know, goofing around, collecting from some artists, and the quality of art really doesn't matter in this in new technology or industry or whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
So NFTs is not specifically about artists, but I mean, if you're looking at it in a different way, like if you're really focused on the art, for me personally, I really don't care who are you, what is your background, what is your story or sob
Mhm.
story, you know, like I don't care about any of those. When I see your art, I want to feel something. I want to get something out of it. If it's sad, if it's happy, if it's personal. And if I look at your art, the first thing that I see kind of resonates with me, that's all I care about. I don't care about your gender. I don't care
Yeah.
about your background, as you said, from which country, your nationality. I don't care about all those because a lot of people misunderstand the fact that the art itself should talk to you, not the artist. The artist shouldn't explain the art. If it doesn't resonate with you already, I mean, you kind of failed, to be
Yeah.
honest. You know, like, then what's the point? Like, do you go to a gallery and you talk to the artist? No, the artist just showcase their work in the gallery. If you go there, you like the art, you buy it. It's just simple. You don't even
Yeah.
talk to the artist. You know, they shouldn't explain the art. If you see an art piece, it has a long description above, like under it, it means they're failing and telling you the story that they want. So I mean, this is how I see it. You know, if the art itself talks to you, then successful. If not, then that's a failure. You know,
Yeah.
you couldn't reach the audience, you couldn't get their attention to look at your work or get a feeling from it. So um, it's like those directors that they make these weird movies that nobody understands. Like, what's the point of that movie?
I,
You know,
Most of them are sci-fi movies.
it can be different. Like some of them want to be super artistic,
Yeah,
and like they have a very philosophical, boring, slow dynamic and flow, and they call it, oh, this is very artistic, but nobody even understand the concept. I mean, if you want to like make a movie just for two people, then maybe you shouldn't do it. Just make it for yourself and watch it at your home with your family. You know what I'm saying? So at least you have to have 50% of the people appreciating it, or at least get the concept, you know? You cannot just make something for your own self and call it like, this is my art. You don't get it. That's your problem. No, I don't agree with that. You know, you can have the artistic side of it. So when you look at the movie, the general audience will understand it, but also the people who are in that industry will understand it differently with a lot of more details. But if you cannot have the general audience, I think you're failing. It doesn't matter what are you creating, you know? So it's like you make a movie and you have to make a description about it for like 10 pages. Like, no, that's a failure to me.
no, no, I totally agree. I mean, Eddie said I like the artwork also, and Jay said it looks so real. Now, talk about interpretation of art. What
Mm-hmm,
I interpret here is either A or B. Either she sees the same man,
mm-hmm,
one which is the gentle one, and the other one which is the one that just show money.
mm-hmm,
So once again, I can interpret it two ways. It could be
mm-hmm,
the same man offering the same exact thing, but or it could be two men offering two different things, and that's how she views them.
mm-hmm. So this one is a, like a mix of both genders. This one, it's not specifically to one gender. It's like uh, women can be into any of these. Like you wanna like romance, or you're just into money or power. So
Yeah,
and also the guy can approach a woman with this, like so it's like you choose, and actually both sides have to choose about this. So it's like it depends on you, you want to like be treated as someone that is getting money from their beauty or their femininity,
yeah,
or you wanted to be treated as somebody who is in love or get loved by another guy. So it's, yeah, it's like this one is both side of the story kind of.
yeah. I was close enough, I think.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, I mean, usually I tend to like I'm okay. Well, I'm a different type of artist. My
Mm-hmm,
art is poetry. My art is song, music. But as far as sitting down and enjoying,
mm-hmm.
uh, probably the best I can do is some stick figures and all mutated, by the way. So, and this one is also nice too. You want to explain a little bit about it?
Yeah, so this one is also toxic femininity, and it's basically the guy is actually stuck in the bubble gum.
Yeah.
If you can see the, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's just chewing the bubble gum without even caring about the feelings or any of that. It's like basically women can be harsh too, they can be, you know, wild.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God.
I think this is the most harsh piece in that collection.
No, I just noticed that. You're gonna burn them in a tea. What?
Yeah, it's like, okay, the guy is in the tea bag and is like the blood is coming out of his body and basically he's wounded, but it's like the piece is called Afternoon Delight. So that's the
Okay.
contrast. It's like, this is my afternoon delight. I don't care. It's just like putting in my tea. It's make of the blood and everything. So, yep.
Wow. Well, I must say, you have very impressive artwork, and the fact that there is, truth behind it, as I call it, because some people just draw just to draw, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's say I want to draw a monkey, elephant, and I just draw it, and that's it. But me personally, I have felt like, and no offense to anybody, by the way, but true art comes from the heart. True art comes from experience.
Yes.
And that's the artwork that, to me, it should have the most value.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, I
uh,
mean, when I started doing this, I was always just creating characters and portraits. I didn't really care about the concept that much. It was just something that I was doing because I enjoyed drawing. But after so many years, I came to the conclusion like, okay, so what? Like, I draw a lot of beautiful women, right? What do I want to do next? This is getting like, I don't want to repeat myself all the time. Like, even though the subject matter is still portraits of women, but what can I tell differently? What can I say differently? And like, for example, for that collection, I had that concept in my mind for a film, but unfortunately I couldn't make it. So that's how I decided to make it as a painting. And it was hard for me. It was a challenge to make also a story out of a painting. But yeah, this is something that I'm practicing this seriously more like in this last 2 years, to be honest with you. I was like, I want to tell a story. I just don't want to draw beautiful girls anymore. This is not something that I'm satisfied with. But I still do that. I like doing that because, as I said, creating beauty is the most important part for me first. But once in a while, I like to tell a story as well, or at least give a feeling, with my art.
yeah, yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Now, who is she gossiping about?
This one is yellow series, and basically it's just a pinup girl also, but it's different from the last collection. But yellow represents happiness, and it's kind of like outspoken feeling. Um, so yeah, basically this is that. Um, I wanted to show you the other pieces on my Instagram, but unfortunately couldn't open it, so it's fine.
Yeah, let me see. Hold on. Guys, I'm gonna take off the screen real quick. I don't want nobody hacking and stuff my stuff. All right, let me try to log in real quick. But it's funny because actually my my Facebook is on here, so I should be able to log in through Facebook. And for some reason, it's not going through. So let me see. Ouch. Because I actually want to see the other pieces myself. Uh, and in the meantime, more or less, what is your, did I already ask you that? Your long term goal, your
um,
vision,
in
basically,
NFTs or general?
in general, as an artist, an NFT.
Yeah. So in general, honestly, I told you, I'm looking for going to galleries and showcase my work over there.
Mhm.
I don't know honestly how does that work because I haven't been able to showcase my works before in a gallery, but I'm working on this collection, so I'm going to prepare myself for that environment. I don't know how honestly it works, but hopefully it will go well. And as far as films and movies, I'm trying to, work on my scripts and, write something. This is the part that I don't like, to be honest. I don't like writing. I hate script writing, but this is the part of it. I have to go through all that. And hopefully I can, participate both of them. Like I want to continue making both of them. Like it's not something that are in a opposite direction for me. It's just like something that I equally enjoy making. So painting is something that I have more chances because it's something that is just a one person job. Basically I can create and go with that, but film is just another thing. It's just different. It needs a teamwork, it needs a cast. So that's more challenging for me to approach and get it done. But um, these are the two main goals that I have for my future. So
Okay.
yeah, that's the plan.
I mean, I think in general, like, I don't know how producers do it, but I do see a challenge right there, which is getting the whole crew together, the cast,
Yeah.
and everything else. Yeah, I see it. Uh, hello, everyone. Or hello, hello. Uh, Gumby Kiwi, hello. Um, all right. It's funny because on my phone, when I click login with Facebook, I don't have no problem logging in. But
Yeah.
now, when I'm doing it on the computer, which this is the funny part, my Facebook is logged in, but when I click on login with Facebook, it's not letting me. And it works on my phone. Like,
Yeah,
come on.
that's crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, do you have any artwork on your Facebook? Since I'm already logged in there.
um no.
It's
No,
the
I don't
same
think
way
so.
in Son's Piano.
I'm not so active on Facebook.
Okay. Hey, Steve, what's going on? It's a Steinway and Sons piano. Well, it's not a real piano, it's just a virtual background. Okay, so this really sucks. All right, hold on. I'll try something else. Let me. Forgot password. Um, by all means, feel free to talk.
um I don't know what to talk about, to be honest with you.
I mean, just in general, what do you like to do for fun other than art?
Fun. I'm not a very outgoing person, to be honest. Like mostly I'm at home. Um Kind of boring, but
Okay.
mostly I'm just like either I'm watching a film or a series or listening to some music or YouTubing or drawing or something like that. So basically I spend most of my time at home. And yeah, I'm not a very
Ain't,
fun person, to be honest.
ain't nothing. Ain't nothing wrong with that. To be honest, like the same way as they call it homebody. Not much of a troublemaker when I want to, but not really.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Hold on. Let me. Cause I'm gonna switch this password right here. What type of music you like to listen to?
Um I like most kind of like genres and everything, but I'm so into jazz and metal. These are my two favorites. Yeah. I mostly listen to jazz or I'm listening to metal, which are totally different. Doesn't make any
No,
sense, but
that's yeah, that's like way way like across the river from each other.
yes, that's what I'm saying. You know, uh, I really don't care about it as long as I just like it. It's just like I sometimes even listen to rap or R&B or hip hop, you know.
Yeah.
So it just depends on my mood. Um, if I'm angry, most probably I'm listening to some dark metal shit. But if I'm
Ouch.
happy, yeah, if I'm happy, um, also I can listen to dark metal if I'm happy. So um, yeah, but I mean, I like classical music as well. I listen to a lot of, piano, classic pianos. I like big solo guitars. So yeah, I mean, it's just depends on my mood. Basically, when I'm working, I have to listen to something. Like I cannot work in silent. That will kill me. You know, like no, like um when I used to be a kid and I used to study, like even like I'm studying like mathematics or something, like I used to always listen to music. And my dad was always pissed about this. Like, how can you study like this? You know, who does this? Like listening to music and like solve problems for mathematics? That doesn't make any sense. And I was like, Dad, this is how I, um can do this. Without this or studying in silent, I'll just go crazy. I cannot do that. So I don't know, maybe I have some kind of ADHD or something.
Nah, I mean it's
Multitasking.
yeah, it's weird, but I can relate. Like at times, in order for me to concentrate with certain things, doing homework, I would have to
Mhm.
listen to music. Like I would just get bored, just
Yeah,
like doing the math equations and whatever.
exactly.
But okay, so I finally got one step closer. Be patient with me.
Cool.
Um, so other than that, how long you say you've been in Twitter Spaces?
I started on February, so I think it's like 6, 7 months now.
Okay,
Yeah.
so have you came across Jagana or Jagan? I keep on. I think I'm saying it wrong. Jagane.
Hmm, I don't know. Jigane?
Yeah,
I've never heard. Is
she
that a person?
also. Yeah, she's also a very talented artist like yourself, and also a friend of mine.
Oh,
And
I don't know. Maybe if I see their Twitter, I'm gonna know. But no, I don't remember that name. I'm also
okay,
terrible with names, so yeah.
and she kind of got the same last name you got. That's why I figure you probably know her.
Uh, I don't know.
Okay, now don't worry about it. Um, okay, so let me click on this link. That's supposed to be the link to let me join. Um, but no, you. I mean, one, I could tell you have a lot of patience. Because to take a year doing a masterpiece, that
Well,
is patience.
yeah,
One second. Wadi, what up? Wadi K-pop. Shama is a very good artist. Oh, you getting compliments here?
yeah,
Hey, everyone else. Sorry, bro. I'm work home with me. My wife is in the chat. Hello, honey. And let me click on it and let's see if this works. Still gotta create a password. Why? Why?
That's not ghetto.
Well, instead of you chewing behind me, like, just come type it in real quick.
What?
Yeah, you heard me.
I'm talking about what Darlene is doing. I'm not talking about you sucking things in out and
Oh,
out.
okay.
Nasty.
Okay.
All right. So, like, and I am sorry for the delay, but yeah,
It's okay. Happens.
I promise it won't happen again on live stream. That's for sure. Oh, come on. Today is like one of those weird days where everything doesn't go according to plan. Because even earlier, I had an AMA with somebody else, an NFT, and a friend of mine called Coffin the Dead. So, long story short, um, my camera went out on me, my internet froze, my computer
Wow.
decided to go haywire. So, yeah, it
This
was
this
fun.
was not your lucky day.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. But all right, I finally got in. Let me go to your link because I want to see the whole art collection.
Yeah, mom's with her. There's a doctor.
Ah, there we go.
How you know?
Um, keep a note.
Dada's in the doctor.
All right. So, which one am I looking at specifically?
If you scroll down, you can see the rest of the works
Those are pretty.
that I did. Um,
It's a lot of work. Wow. No music.
so these ones are all color pencil also as well.
Those are all color pencil.
Yeah, these are color pencil on paper. And
Ah, the Joker.
digital. Yep. I watched this film for like 3 times in the movie, like in the cinema. So I was like, I'm gonna draw this.
Really?
Yeah,
And what was your thoughts on it?
I loved it. That's why I went to the cinemas for three
Yeah,
times.
obviously 3 times, right?
Yeah, it was crazy.
And this is the one of yourself.
Yes, this is a self portrait. Also, in my pinup girls, I did another self portraits, but it's like a different style. But yeah, I mean, I don't usually draw myself that much, but these are the only 2 pieces that I did. So
Got
this is the rest of that spectrum collection. I started with doing like 6 pieces on the 5 pieces on the red one, and then I was like, no, this is gonna take so much time. So I just decided to go with 3 for each color.
nice.
And these are pencil with markers. Um,
Oh, like I say, you get a gift and very talented, literally.
thank you.
Now I do wonder though, where do you artists get all the imagination from?
Um, I think imagination, it's like, for me it's mostly like, okay, I want to draw this concept. So but at the same time I also look a lot of references on internet. Thankfully we have a lot of references, online, that you can just check them out and get ideas as well. So you
Yeah.
have a specific idea in your mind. Sometimes you can just mix and match the references, and make something that you like and then draw that. Or basically just use rep I use a lot of references when I started this, like as a practice, like my earliest works. Most of them had a lot of references I used to just practice my skills.
Okay.
So basically, that's why, like, I also didn't mint those, because I was like, okay, these are not that original. So even though like I'm doing everything from scratch and it doesn't, like, I don't exactly follow the reference, it's just something that I like and I just practice for myself. But yeah, so I feel like there are a lot of artists doing that. So it's not, there are like few artists that does that, like, they do that by their imagination. Is all coming from their imagination, and it's pretty hard to do that because you have to know
Mhm.
everything, like the lighting, the drawing, the perspective, and all that. You have to imagine all of those as well. It's not just about the concept.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's crazy. Some people can do that. I cannot do that still, to be honest with you. Like, I can think about a concept and I check out a lot of references and I get ideas and I combine all the things that I want and I just, make it into a concept. But, a lot of people do that as well. But it's a hard task, man. It's a hard thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, I was looking at this. I get this look like a regular earth animal. I've got lemurs, right? And guessing like a turkey. But then, where the heck did you get this Pokemon from?
It's just something that when I think about something, like I feel like, okay, today I want to draw this. I have this story. So I just, combine all of the details. And sometimes it's imagination, sometimes it's, reference. So yeah, I mean, what did they say? I forgot who was the artist who said, like, the best artists are the one that steal other people's work, but you cannot see the trace, like, because
Yeah.
mostly uh, nobody's that original. Basically, we copy paste the other people's work, but we just make it in our own style to be like, okay, this is my style. But basically,
Yeah.
most of the artists are just following the same masters that, they had that ideas before. So uh, barely something is original these days, to be honest with you.
Yeah. No, I think originality is just putting a little bit of a different touch to it. Like, for example, I told you I'm more of like, well, haven't done it in a while, but music production. I like making beats. I like writing songs, and majority of the songs, when you really think about it, everything sounds the same
Mm,
because how many ways can you express I love you, I'm feeling you. You understand?
yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
it's the same thing with beats. Hip hop has a certain style, which is supposed to be the same drum pattern for every beat as long as it's hip hop. Trap,
Hmm.
the same rhythm. So everything that changes within the masterpiece that you're doing is more like if you want to add a piano to it, the melody, all of that.
Yeah,
So yeah, but this is great art piece, literally. I mean,
thank you.
I have a friend that I am going to bother him, and I'm gonna tell him, well, I think I found a better artist than you. he has been my best friend since 11 years old, and he's very talented himself. But I tried to get him into the NFT world, and he still hasn't done that. Yeah,
Yeah. NFTs can be quite scary, to be honest. It's just like for me also, I just did it. I knew I had a little bit of information about NFTs from like last year, but I didn't join the NFT community until the February. So I was also scared, like, okay, what's this world? How does it work? How can I
yeah,
sell my work? How can I find collectors? But I mean, yeah, it can be tough. And if you don't have that marketing strategy or some kind of skills, selling your pieces can be quite hard for you. Like some artists, they already have their own brand and they already made it, so basically they can sell easily. Like the moment they drop something, all the collectors want their pieces,
yeah,
and it can go to auctions and it can get crazy amount of attention. But for the rest of us, it's quite hard. It's just challenging. You have to hustle, and and for artists, it's harder because hard artists are not marketers. They're terrible at it, and they don't like to. Like for me personally, I don't like to talk about myself all the time, like promote myself. Like,
yeah,
okay, I'm this artist. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. It's hard. It's challenging. So I feel like most of the people, they just want their art to be seen, so they don't want to like go through all those shield spaces or promote themselves 24 hours a day.
yeah.
It can be exhausting, and I used to do that when I first started this journey, but right now I'm just chilling. I'm just like whatever. I'm just I'm taking my time. Um, I'm trying to focus on my own thing, and if I decide to mint it, then okay, I'll just mint it there. But uh, because it's not something that is for everyone, and not every artist can have like a permanent um, financial stuff from that. It's not like every artist can make it. So some of us, we have to just, like last time I had a sale was, for example, 2 months ago, right? So if I want to like be, okay, this is the only thing that I'm going to have financially attached to, I'm going to fail, so that's why I'm trying to feel, and like I feel like I have to just chill about it. Like if I make a sale, okay, good. If I don't, okay, I don't. You know, it's like a bonus for me now at this point. Like if I make a sale, okay, that's
Yeah.
cool. But I'm not gonna be like, whoa, I made a sale. Like no.
Well, I mean, you keep yourself humble, and I think that's what makes up most of the time. Literally, like I've been in the space for a minute, and I hear a lot of collectors, and automatically they like your work, and right away they just buy in. So, but your artwork does all the talking for you. Literally, even G-Man says very vivid detail as well. And he said earlier, great work.
Thank you.
Everyone over here so far, including myself, like really appreciate your artwork because it's very detailed.
Thank you. I
Like
appreciate
I
it.
said, you take your time with it. I don't know how, but like when I used to write songs, I would write maybe the first verse today. If I get stuck, I'll come back like another month, but usually it will take me in between 2 months
Hmm.
to 3 weeks to write the full song. But
Yeah.
now it's like, I'm getting old. But Shima, thank you for everything. If there's any last statement you'd like to say, I won't keep
Uh,
you any longer here.
no, thank you. I just appreciate this opportunity that you gave me to have this beautiful talk. That was amazing. Thank you for that.
No, I actually thank you for coming on my show and, for showing these amazing pieces. Like, literally, I mean, if I was
Thank
rich,
you.
I would take a few, literally.
Thank you. I appreciate the
Uh,
compliment.
Go to the one that looks like the Jester. You talking about the Joker piece? Oh,
Jester. I don't know which one.
this one. It
Oh.
must be this one. But you see, on Twitter, for some reason, you cannot maximize it.
um,
Yeah.
yeah.
But all right, Shima, thank you very much. Just give me 1 second. Let me end the live stream. Everyone that
Yeah.
has stayed to the end, I appreciate you guys. See you next time. And by
Thank
the
you.
way, the link is on the description below. So go give her a follow. This is that's ugly. Hold on, that's not. This is her Twitter at Shima.art TFA. So give her a follow, guys, and check out her work. The link tree is right here, which is also in the video description. And that will be all until next time. Have a good one, everyone.
Thank you.